What's going on, guys? It's the day after UFC 278, and I figured I'd jump on stream for a little bit. I actually slept, took a massive nap. I don't even remember what time it was that I took a nap because I stayed up till past 7 a.m., I think. It was around 7 a.m. I went to sleep last night, which was just insanity. So I slept for like maybe 2-3 hours earlier. I made a video. I was going to make another video, but then I decided to jump on stream instead. So here I am. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let's see. Yeah, I see your message, dude. I see your message, French fries. Hilarious. People are weird. They don't understand it. They don't understand stuff. But I got a bunch of videos out, guys. Kind of. A couple of them are live streams themselves. I got a new video out. Was Leon Edwards' knockout win over Kamaru Usman at UFC 278 a fluke? Which, I mean, has done great already. It's only been out for a little while. I got a UFC 278 post fight just on the main event alone, which is just a regular video. And then I have the live stream post fight, which, I mean, is crazy long. I don't even know. I'm pulling it up right now how long it is. It's over an hour and a half. For sure. It's an hour and 46 minutes. And then I have the live stream watch along. That is 3 hours and 29 minutes. Where I watch the entire main card and I even answer a bunch of questions afterwards. So you guys got plenty of stuff to watch. And I got at least 2 more video ideas right now that I can do right now. But then I was going to make one tonight, but then I said, you know what, as crazy as last night was, especially the main event, let's jump on live. So here I am. No disrespect, but man, I feel like Usman shouldn't get a talk. Dude, he should. He can't be a champion for that long. Dominate a fight, get KO'd, and not get a trilogy. Anyone that's saying Kamaru Usman doesn't deserve the trilogy just doesn't like Kamaru Usman. Everyone complaining about your Leon video saying you called it a fluke. They don't listen. Crazy night last night. Yes, it was. People really think Leon afraid of Usman. How does that make any sense? I haven't heard anyone say that. I don't think he faked the low blow. I really don't. I think these are instances where the cup's grazed. You know, I don't think it's apparently obvious. It always touches the shorts. And it doesn't have to be much. And you act like, oh, he's going to get finished because of it. It doesn't make sense. It's not like he fell to the ground in agony. It clearly hit him. What's up? How's your Sunday? Looking forward to that 279 new fight added. Yeah, that'll probably be out tomorrow, dude. Let's see. What am I seeing on Discord? Yeah, of course. I've seen it, Sinister. I see it. That's the only reason you think he shouldn't. Yeah, it's such a. I don't think it's fake. I'm just seeing if this possible with all upsets. If Hamza guesses out, maybe, just maybe. I guess, but I don't think so. By the way, Sinister, thank you for your $100 donation last night, man. Appreciate it. That's crazy. Who wins, Aldo or Cruz? Can it be co-main of a pay-per-view? Probably would be a co-main of the Brazil pay-per-view. I'd probably go Aldo. What happens if Usman versus Leon 3 is a split decision? Do they run it back a fourth time? I have no idea. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think that will happen. Do you think McGregor can come back to it? Stop. I'm not. Stop. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Never. And it's funny how now all of a sudden he's talking about Leon Edwards has got the belt. Hilarious. He wants a piece of Leon. Dude's the biggest clout chaser ever. Imagine being that desperate for attention. I can't imagine being that desperate for attention. That every time any weight class has any type of great moment or spectacular moment or big win or getting some significant attention, you got to enter your name into the conversation. That's the biggest clout chasing move ever. It's actually disgusting. Could Tony beat Magny? Probably not. I don't like his chances at 170 against anyone, really. Edwards was being nice. He had all the right to throw some follow-up shots after the kick to the head. Yeah, well, he knew it was done, and it looked so much cooler walking off like that. Hell yeah, bro. Always show some love. Dana White, funny if he thinks Ferguson is enough to help Khamzat Diaz. Yeah, and that's a garbage fight, too. Tony Ferguson, Li Jingliang. Who wants to see that? I don't. Usman dead. You think this will hold up the division because Leon waits till Usman is recovered or what? No, I actually don't think it will hold up the division because best case scenario, you're looking at February or March for the trilogy. So that's plenty of time for Usman to recover and sit out, and it's not going to be, even if Leon was to fight somebody else, it's not happening till February or March. February or March is more than enough time for Kamaru Usman to come back. So my guess is, if I had to guess, I'll say Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman 3. I'll say March. What pay-per-view would that be? It's 283 in January, 284 in February, 285. Okay, 285. Okay, ready? Hold on. Somebody clip this out and save it just in case, okay? Wait a second. Sources are telling me that we're going to get Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards 3, the trilogy, for the welterweight title at UFC 285, March of 2023 in the UK. I'm not sure where. The sources don't know, but that's what the sources are telling me. There you go. So I had my finger on the ear the whole time. I'm not sure where specifically, what arena they're talking about, but imagine how funny that is if that turns out to be right. Hold on, let me do it again, but 284 or 285, because it could be either one. Yeah. So breaking sources are telling me that the UFC is targeting Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman 3 for February or March of 2023, UFC 284 or UFC 285 in the UK. This will be a massive trilogy in the first title defense since Leon Edwards brutally head kick KO'd Kamaru Usman at UFC 278 back in August. There you go. That's the clip. Somebody clip that and hold on to it. And then send it to me when it gets announced. Okay, where were we at? I have no idea where we're at now. I really don't know. But it's not going to happen, best case scenario, till then. I'd like to see it in December, but that's probably too soon. Where were we at? Okay, already read that. I just think Usman's resume doesn't give him an immediate yeah, that's crazy. If anyone thinks he doesn't deserve it. If Colby beats the winner of Brady Bilal, is it a title shot? No. Dan Hooker versus Tony Ferguson at 170 would have been a way better. Yeah, I agree. I swear, if Usman's an underdog in the trilogy, I'm betting money on him. Yeah, there you go. I would be shocked if he was. I don't see how you could. In your honest opinion, who does Cejudo come back to? I have no idea. He'll probably want Jose Aldo now after seeing Merab push him against the fence. If Tony loses, does he retire? Nope. Usman should take a year off. Since when? Definitely agree that Leon just walks around hands up like world champ. Yeah. Do you see Eastman going up to challenge Izzy if he loses the rematch to Edwards? No. Probably retire. How's it going? Good. How are you doing, Fast? I hope you're doing all right. Since Leon KO'd the pound for pound greatest, his confidence should blow up and make his striking much better factor in the trilogy. Yeah, I don't know. I think he can definitely make adjustments, but he was losing the vast majority of that fight. Can Merab beat Vera or Sandhagen in 5 rounds? Yes, for sure. Vera's been exposed in the grappling before, Sandhagen as well. So he could. I don't know if I'd pick him, though. I'd probably pick him against Vera, not pick him against Sandhagen. Do you like Yuri Glover, too? Of course. I love Yuri versus Glover, too. Let's see what we got here. So it would all those matchups would be super interesting. I can't believe last night even happened still. I'm still shocked, guys. I'm still straight up shocked. I cannot believe it. I mean, seriously, who would have guessed that last minute, the last minute of the fight to get starched like that? My reaction was so dumb. March 2023 is too far away. Why all the way then? Everything else is booked up. I mean, they're not throwing it on 279. 280 is already full. 281 already full. Already has a main event. 282 already has a main event. And probably a big co-main event too if they do Jones Stipe. So, and then January's in Brazil. It's not happening in Brazil. So then, just by reasonable logic, it would either be February or March. Tony versus Lee is going to be a horrendous fight. Why would they make this fight? Dana started and lose it. Yeah. Leon is younger. Usually the younger guy wins the rematch. Fair enough. I saw a little bit of it, but I don't even care to talk about it. They're clowns. Jake probably stopped signing paychecks to him. Watched the fight today, missed it yesterday. Def didn't have the same intensity, but it was funny to me how Izzy, who is my favorite fighter, wouldn't take such risk and just point fight to the end. Fair enough. Probably. That's what sucks about this whole situation. Probably. That we're not. I really wanted to see Usman versus Khamzat. That's why I'm disappointed. I'm happy for Leon, but I'm a little bit disappointed because I wanted to see Khamzat versus Usman. I thought that was one of the biggest fights the UFC could make. And what sucks is I'd be super compelled in Leon versus Khamzat if Leon went out there and beat the brakes off of Usman, but he lost 23 minutes of the fight. So it's just unfortunate all the way around. Guys, if you could do me a favor and like the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. Run up the likes on the stream. Where are we at? If Dustin beats Chandler, does he get another shot or does a Fiziev Justin winner loser? I don't know. I don't think he gets it. It depends who's champion. If Dustin beats Chandler, and maybe if Islam's champion, maybe. But if Charles is still champion, no way. It's possible. Could Jorge versus Leon sell more than Usman trilogy? I don't think so. Has Kamaru said anything after the knockout? Just some tweets. That's it. There is nobody that deserves it. When will they do Moreno Figgy? What are the sources saying? What are the sources? Let's bang out another one. Let's bang out another one. Ready? Somebody clip this one too. Breaking news. Sources are telling me that we are going to get Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno 4 at UFC 283 in Brazil in January. That's what sources are telling me. The UFC is targeting for UFC 283 in January in Brazil. There you go. There you go. There you go, Sinister. Let's see. Imagine I get both of those right. Imagine I get both of those right. I'll have to remember, right? That the stream after UFC 278. Is Leon in the pound-for-pound rankings? I don't think he deserves to be quite honest. I wouldn't rank him pound for pound over Usman. I know that sounds crazy. Yes. I think he did. Yeah, good to hear, Good to hear, considering. How much does Tony Ferguson fighting on 279 change your thoughts? I don't even know why I can't read. How much does Tony Ferguson fighting on 279 change your thoughts on the horrific card? Not much. Honestly, I think it's worse. How does Costa versus Paul Craig go? I think Costa wrecks him badly. I think we won't get Edwards Usman 3 as early as many people say. I think the UFC will do a tough stop. Costa versus Rockhold was good. Yeah, it was like the worst, best fight I've ever seen in my life. It was one of the craziest pay-per-views ever, in my opinion. I was there live and recorded knockout. Let me know if you want to see some vids. Yeah, send them to me on Instagram, man. Send them to me on Instagram. I don't know why my back's itching today. No, I think they make a lot of sense. Usman needs some time to recover. He just got flatlined. Yeah, well, he doesn't need to recover till February or March. So Anthony back at it again. Still can't process what we witnessed that last night. It was a shocking moment that will go down for the ages. The Merab fight was not boring, as most say, because everything Merab did in the clinch, Usman did the exact same. No, that's not even remotely close. The Merab fight was god-awful. What would sell more, Rockhold Izzy or Costa versus Izzy 2? If Rockhold beat Costa, then Rockhold Izzy too, but probably Costa Izzy too. Usman versus Hamza to break the all-time wins record could have sold a million pay-per-views. They had to stack the card right. Dana was probably a bit upset. I definitely am. Who would have thought Luke's chin would hold up the same night Usman would get KO'd? I know. If I told you Luke didn't get KO'd, but Usman did, you wouldn't believe me. Nobody was picking Usman to lose by KO. Absolutely nobody. Usman could have never imagined Leon taking his back. Yeah, that was crazy. But that was kind of an aberration, though. Had Edwards surpassed Bisping legacy-wise? Probably not. I mean, he has one good win on his entire UFC resume, and it was a fight that he was losing the majority of. You know, I hate to say it. If Edwards loses against Usman in the trilogy and then fades away to obscurity, this means nothing, to be honest. What are your sources telling you about John Jones and Ngannou? I don't know anymore. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I was hoping for next year. They just booked that fight, but it looks like there's been some hints that Stipe Jones still happening, so I don't know anymore. Do you have any sources on when Conor comes back? No, probably not. Definitely not till next year, though. I think it's the only other way around, Joey. I think Dustin would want to fight Charles again instead of Islam. It doesn't matter what Dustin wants. It doesn't matter what makes sense. Pound for pound, what? How does Edwards not belong in the pound for pound when Usman has been beating anyone in the pound for pound during his reign? It's just my logic. I don't know. That's just the way I feel. So I know it's a weird thought process, but I'm like, I don't want to see him in the pound for pound. He probably will be, though, but not as high as Usman, which is crazy. If I was doing pound for pound rankings, this is gonna really trigger a lot of people. I would rank Usman pound for pound over Edwards. I would rank Usman pound for pound over Edwards. That's how I feel about that fight. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if the people are getting triggered in the chat. Let me know if you're triggered in the chat. Let me know. The new Leon Edwards video is doing amazing. I see. The post-fight did solid. Everything's doing good, guys. The channel's doing good. Let me go look at my actual channel itself. See if I took away that playlist. Yeah, so almost everything I've posted recently is over 1,000 views, which is really good for my channel particularly. We're talking the newest video is over 1,000, even if it's not updated on your guys' end. Post-fight live did almost 2,000. The single video did over 1,000. It's like 1,200 almost. The watch along did over 3,000. The pre-fight stream did 2,000. The Luke Rockhold video did 2,000. The UFC 279 video did almost 2,500. Everything's looking good, guys, on the channel right now. Everything's looking good. We're creeping towards 5,000 subscribers. We're almost to 4,600. So if you're watching this stream right now and you're not subscribed to the channel, I do these all the time. So subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 5,000 subscribers, guys. The Kamaru Usman Leon Edwards video did 2,000 views. The Costa Luke Rockhold prediction did 1,300 views. The Jose Aldo Marat prediction did 1,500 views. The stream before that did 1,300 views. The last video that did under 1,000 was my video about Dominic Cruz, which did about 900 views. Video before that, 2,000 almost. A video before that, 800. Video before that was a 3-hour live stream where I was watching the card. Was 1,000 views. Bellator stream did 3,000. Every video is doing over 1,000 for the most part. The channel's looking good, guys. Jump on the train now. So you can say, I was one of the first 5,000. I was thinking about it, but I don't know if I want to do it because I don't want to get some assholes in there. I was thinking about like 5,000 subscribers doing like 1 week or maybe even like a day or two, probably like a day or two, where I post the members Discord link and let anybody join just for 1 day, probably 1 day. Make it expire after 24 hours as like a celebration of 5,000 subscribers. What do you guys think? I just don't want to get any cornballs in there for lack of a better word. I don't want any cornballs in there. Okay, I have no idea where we were at. So I'm just going to jump in. If I missed your question, just throw it somewhere else. Conor Masvidal, Ferguson, Usman. Whose chin is next? Maybe John Jones. Maybe it's time for John Jones. Where does Volk and Yair and Emmett fit into this next few months? I think Volk is going to hold out and wait for a title shot, lightweight title shot. That's what I think is going to happen. Maybe Yair and Emmett. I could see Yair and Emmett on MSG fighting for an interim belt. Yeah, I'll say that. The featherweight belt is fought for at UFC 281 in November. It'll either be Volk versus Emmett or Yair versus Emmett for an interim title shot. What's up, Billy L? What if Hamza gets the shot, beats Leon, and fights Usman when he comes back? That'd be crazy, but I just need to see the trilogy. Otherwise, I'll feel weird. Last night was a dream. It's hard to believe, I know. I need Charles to beat Islam to see the misery on Ali Abdelaziz's face. I know. Did we just trade an Usman loss for an Islam win? I hope not. Usman KO was definitely more shocking than, yes, for sure. I talked about it in my recent video as well. So, opinions on Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Robbie Lawler. Garbage. Imagine Usman becomes another Woodley and gets knocked out by Jake Paul somewhere down the line. That'd be crazy. Colby has a great chance now. I don't care what y'all say. I think he does. I think he could beat Leon. On Sundays for sure. I'm triggered and unsubbing, Joey. I can't believe you will. Goodbye, Alex. Fair point. Not a lucky kick as much as people say, but he was not the better fighter last night. Exactly. I'm glad you watched the video. I'm happy you watched the video, my friend. UFC deserved the Usman Chimaev fight getting spoiled when they made the dumb Diaz Chimaev fight. You're right. The MMA god said, nah, we don't like this. Will you watch Shane Burgos in OFL? I think you mean PFL, but yes. I get people call it a fluke, but training muscle memory isn't a fluke. Agreed. Yes. I think Colby will be the next champion. I think the fight at the restaurant will turn him into a ring monster. Fair enough. After every pay-per-view, you should do fights to make for the main card winners. I would love that. Dude, I try, but I always have like 75 video ideas afterwards, and I never get to all of them. It's hard. But yeah, it's definitely something I want to do. But like last night, does anybody care who Tyson Pedro fights next? Does anybody care who Lucy, I don't even remember her last name, who she fights? You know, it's one of those things where sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. With the Aldo loss and Aldo versus Cruz happening, who does Frankie get next? I don't know. Probably someone just to build their name off of him would be my guess. That would be my guess. So that I think somebody's going to build a name off Frankie Edgar, maybe Yanez or something, or Yanez is his actual name. So let's see. People are so mad at my recent video. All the comments are Usman's on steroids. I'm curious what your thoughts on Merab versus Simon stoppage a while back. It was bullshit. Merab should have got the win. I was like your 5th subscriber. Appreciate you, Heartless. Appreciate you, my friend. I know you were an early subscriber for sure. The effort Joey puts in is unmatched. He's an OG. I know you were early, like definitely top 100, but if you were 5th, that was crazy. Is he going to get hurt in camp, take time off to heal, and then vacate and move up weight? Going to get hurt in camp, take time off. What are you saying? He's not fighting Pereira? That's dumb. Very glad I found your channel. We don't agree on everything, but you have helped me learn the sport very fast. Thanks. No problem. I'm glad you found the channel. Why don't you take phone calls on your 5,000 member celebration show? I'm just worried about cornballs. I'm worried about assholes calling in and saying weird shit. I eventually am going to do like a pre-recorded like podcast-ish thing where I take in phone calls and answer questions from callers. I'd like to do that in the future, but it's probably going to be restricted to the members' Discord. so I can weed out, but also I'm probably not going to do it live. But that's something in the future. Like I'll pre-record a podcast and I'll take phone calls at a certain period of time. So you think 3 belts are on the line at 281? That's a good point, but I'll say yes. Moving up weight and age doesn't usually bode well for chins. True. I agree. Maybe Jones, Cruz, Vera, and Aldo Marab was bad matchmaking. Should have booked Aldo Cruz. Very true. That would have been better. I agree with you. 100%. Who do you think Dan Hooker will fight next? I don't know. I keep wanting to say the wrong. Maybe Demir. Imagine he has to fight Demir Ismagulov. That was in my matchmaker video. Ferguson's KO and Usman's KO. Whose KO was more of a wow factor? For me, Usman's for sure. Usman's for sure because it was championship on the line. Leon had just lost 4 rounds straight, basically. Or technically only 3 rounds straight, but he was losing the 5th round as well. So, could you give thoughts on Leach Tony? I'm not happy with it. I don't like it. I think it's a stupid fight. I think Tony shouldn't be returning as soon. I'm going to make a video on it, though. I promise. I just haven't had the time. I've been exhausted all day because I was up till 7 a.m. Do you think Izzy is getting nervous? The same could happen to him. I guess. Chandler's KO was better KO, but Edwards was better for shock value. Yeah, Chandler's was crazier as far as just the aesthetic of the KO. Like it was like a punt where he just flatlined Tony. But Leon's was crazier in the importance of the actual KO. Yeah, it's a terrible fight. It's a terrible fight. I don't know why Paulo get crowd on. First he gets okay. Okay. Chandler KO better. Leon KO better win. Agreed. GSP still welterweight GOAT. Usman has only 3 names on his title defense resume. I think that's a little bit. Joey, do you think the Rocky narrative around Leon is just a little bit suspect? Too many similarities? What are you trying to say there? I don't know. I really think Tyson could actually be a contender if he could stay healthy. Fair enough. Fair enough. Leon's corner literally gave him a Rocky-esque type speech. Yeah, and he didn't do shit in the 5th round. He was super inactive until he threw that head kick. I even said right before he KO'd him, I said he's not even throwing anything. What other fights can UFC add to 279? Nothing. They're not going to add nothing. Maybe Miranda Maverick on there. Aldo yawning, Luke wiping the blood, and Leon's kicker. 3 moments that stand out to me. Just use Twitter Spaces. I don't know what you're saying. What's next for Michael Morales? I have no idea. I had a matchup for him a while back, but I have no idea who he should fight now. But he's a very interesting prospect for sure. Opinions on Santiago Ponzinibbio, Robbie Lawler, first card added to 282. Terrible fight. It's a terrible fight for sure. Just adjust a little bit. Aldo looked disinterested in fighting. Yeah, he did. I don't remember your first stream, or actually I do. Maybe so. When Joey lets guests on the show, it'll be me front and center. O'Malley shocking the world versus Nan next. No, absolutely not. O'Malley's not shocking the end. But maybe. I got to figure out what I want to do. I'm slow to implement things. I'm only not even at 5,000 subscribers yet. So we'll see what happens. Let's go, Charles. Yeah, I'm rooting for Charles. I think, okay, how good do you think Tony really was? Because sometimes I really think he's overrated. No, I don't think Tony was over. I still think Tony's pretty good. Rocky or Covington? I guess Leon, just because of the KO over Usman. I was on my way out the door when the kick happened and had to turn back. That's crazy. Where were you headed, Lil Seal? Can't believe Dana actually thinks Tony Ferguson, Li Jingliang is a big fight. I know, it's literally garbage. It's literally one of the worst matchups I've ever seen in my life. Who cares about it, too? I mean, it literally makes no sense. It's like they just literally throw it on there to throw it on there. So, I don't know. Dana's very desperate for 279. It shows. I peeped the card yesterday. I might have to illegally stream. It's a terrible card. Don't buy it. How would Gary versus Lawler go? How would Gary versus Lawler go? I don't know. Seeing Leon take down Usman, I think Habib would have beaten Usman. No. He'd been too small. I think Lawler would beat Gary, by the way. I was just thinking about it. Delete should fight Luke, just saying. Tabora versus Lewis 2. How does it go? Probably Lewis KO. How fun you think it'll be? It'll be to be matchmaker in UFC. Probably not that fun, just because you got to matchmake everyone. That's probably a really stressful job. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, that's not a good fight. Who likes that fight? Okay, I'll have to look into it. Bryce Mitchell is fighting the bald dude Cater. Just forgot his name. Where do you see that at? That's not official. Let me go look at Twitter real quick just to see if anyone's tweeting out about it. So I don't see nothing. Jeez. I'm done. Some of these pictures of Usman are just wild. Someone posted Joe Rogan's reaction to the KO and said, anyone else sick of this? Doesn't even seem like a genuine reaction anymore. It's the MMA version of faking an orgasm at this point. I think he's kind of right. I think the Joe Rogan reactions are a little over dramatic. I think it's become to a point where they know the camera's on them, so they just make an over exaggerated reaction. I feel like a lot of people do that. Like Joe's always leaning back, making the most horrific faces. And like, I wonder what the reaction truly would be. Because, I mean, I was shocked too. I had a crazy reaction. So maybe it wasn't fake. I don't know. Jeez Louise. I just got totally lost on this. So let's see. Where were we at? I have no idea where we're at, guys. So I'm just going to start randomly here. What's going on, Joey? Crazy main event last night. Super happy for Leon. I wonder how the rubber match would go without the elevation getting in the way. I think Usman wins the trilogy. I just have a feeling Tony will pull off the upset. Him losing would be too depressing. I hope he doesn't lose. Tony Ferguson versus Jorge Masvidal would have been better. I agree. Your picks were not great last night. 4-7-1. 0-3 on your video predictions, but what an ending to the main event. I loved it. You know what's funny? I actually stand by all my prediction videos. You know, as far as the entire card predictions, they were garbage. But you look at my main card prediction videos, I thought Jose Aldo could stuff the takedowns of Merab and beat him up on the feet. He stuffed the takedowns, but Merab just held him against the fence, kneeing him to the thighs. I picked Luke Rockhold. I thought his chin was not as bad as people made it out to be, and I thought it would be a competitive fight, and it was a competitive fight. The Usman prediction video was spot on, was absolutely spot on, perfect, as if I had already saw the fight. I said Leon would have some success in the early rounds, maybe win round 1, which he did, and then as the fight went on, he would fade. Usman would take over with the grappling and win a decision. That's exactly what was going to happen. Leon Edwards spoiled the party with the head kick KO. So I stand by all 3 of my video predictions. As far as the rest of the predictions, they weren't that great, but it should have been better than it actually was. So Tony and Leach doesn't make any sense for rankings, but I think it has potential to be hella fun. Yeah, I don't know. Leach is huge. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I just think Leach is huge and has a lot of power, and Tony just got brutally KO'd. Yeah, he shouldn't be coming back this fast. I agree. Michael Morales could be on 282. Who knows? Bryce Mitchell versus Josh Emmett next really doesn't make any sense yet. Most of 278 was disappointing, and the Gronk segment definitely didn't help. Whose idea was that? That's garbage. I didn't even see any of that. That's straight up garbage. Wouldn't mind a Tony Connor fight at all. I know. What's next for Ankalaev? Jan Blachowicz, probably. Everyone had crazy reaction. Other reaction, yeah, but last night, no way that was crazy. Luke's blood and Leon's head kick saved the card. Yep. Do you think Luke went in the octagon expecting a win or wanted to put on a show? I think he expected a win. I still love Luke's spinning 360 kick to the body. It was beautiful. It was. It was crazy. He was still throwing spinning techniques and he was exhausted. What's up? My day was good. I hope your day was good as too, Antoine. So Merab won't fight for the title because his friend Aljo holds the belt. As boring as Merab is, wow, that's a bummer. Yeah, I mean, it's a career ender for the most part, but he won't have to worry about that long. TJ's about to snatch the belt. Then we're going to get some real interesting drama. I think he thought he should have won. Been saying pre-fight that he sounded like he got in his own head again, picked Paulo by stoppage. Yeah. Chimaev trashed Leach, exactly. Joey, is UFC? No, it's not. It's not an acceptable card. It's garbage. Who can Tony beat out of these people? Leach, Magny, Chiesa. Best chance, Leach, but probably not. Yan should just shit all over Merab anyway. Yeah, Yan would beat Merab pretty badly. Bro, you literally called the KO joking like a minute before it happened. I know. I somebody sent me the timestamp. I forgot I even said it. I said, what if Leon just sleeps him in this last minute? But thank you, Monk, for watching the live stream. I don't know if you watched it live or you went back to check it out after the fact, but appreciate you. The Leon KO, yep. Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold was a good fight, probably the best on the card. You're right. That was the best fight on the card, and it was weirdly awful but good at the same time. Thoughts on Sandhagen versus Song? I think that's Sandhagen's fight to lose. He would have to get clipped and KO'd if he lost. It's crazy. It's crazy that a KO like that happened in the main event. And it was my first ever pay-per-view live stream. Who was there for the pay-per-view live stream? And do you guys want me to do it for $279? Let me do a poll in the chat. Do you guys want me to do it for $279? Live stream, watch along, or UFC 279. If I can get people not to buy the pay-per-view and instead watch the live stream, that'd be perfect for me. That's the reason I would do it. That's the reason I would do it. But I really don't want to see Tony get flatlined by the Leech. Go vote in the poll, guys. I'll check back on it in a little bit. It was the first pay-per-view live stream I ever did. What's your favorite UFC event that you attended live? Every event that I attended was really good. But I'll say UFC 172 was really, really good. I got to see Max Holloway on the prelims. Got to see Luke Rockhold choke out Tim Bosch. Got to see Rumble Johnson return. Got to see John Jones fight Glover. It was a really good card. But UFC DC and UFC 244 was really good as well. Getting to see Johnny Walker get flatlined. Well, he wasn't flatlined, actually. I'm wrong. He just got brutally standing KO'd. How long do you think it takes Usman to recover from that KO? Usman's not going to return. Leon's not going to fight till February or March anyway. The UFC's already booked up. That's more than enough time. That's 6 months for Usman. So we're not going to see Usman versus Edwards till early next year at best. And Leon's not going to fight before then anyway. And there's no one ready for it. So unless the UFC loses a big event and they need a fight and they do Khamzat versus Leon in November, then that Leon doesn't need to sit out or fight meantime. Is Volk versus Oliveira the only time in combat sports where the number one faces number two pound for pound? Maybe. As bad as 279 is, holding it in Vegas makes it worse. Fair enough. How do you think Merab would do at flyweight? I don't know. It would all depend on how the weight cut went. Always wanted Diaz versus Ferguson because they both suck. Now they're fighting on the same card. Shaking my head. That is really annoying, dude. I didn't even think of that. I've been begging for that fight since I started the channel. I've been literally begging for that fight since I started the channel. So that's super unfortunate. I'm going to make a video about it tomorrow. I'm just too tired to really put it together coherent thoughts. Guys, do me a favor. If you don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I'm trying to build my following on there as well. Go follow me at MMA Joey C. At MMA Joey C. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter right this very second. I would greatly appreciate it, guys. I try to tweet out all the time. I'm trying to be more active on there. I post clips from the channel sometimes on Instagram. So do me a favor and go follow. Okay. If UFC 279 was a fight night, it would be an okay fight night. Yeah, it would be solid. It'd be solid for sure. I might order UFC 279 only because my boy Ferguson will be on there. Fair enough. In between 4 or 5, I was about to put 100. The fight goes the distance to pay out $4. Thankfully, I didn't. Why would you even make that bet? Why would you even make that bet? Yeah, do it. I'll say I might do it. I think I might do it just because if I can get people to not buy the pay-per-view, I would love to do that. How would Chito Yudong rematch go? Chito Yudong. I'd probably pick Chito, but it'd be interesting. I'd love to see your reaction to 279 throughout the entire card. So yes, of course. Did you watch the live stream last night or did you watch it after the fact? Luke made the fight week more infinitely enjoyable. Yes, he did. I was there for the live stream. If you don't do it for 279, you definitely have to do it for 280. I don't know if I do it for 280. I just kind of want to relax and watch 280, to be honest. But 280 is just so good. Oh, my goodness. I knew this was going to happen. I'm going to stream one pay-per-view and everyone's going to insist I got to do all of them. But 280 would be the event to do it. If I'm close to 10,000 subscribers in 2 months, I'll do it just to get to 10,000 subscribers. I know what you meant. Infinitely more enjoyable. Oh, wow. Tony versus Li Jingliang looks official. Not sure how I feel about it. Lee's power could be too much. Yeah, I'm worried about that one. Tony Ferguson might not get flatlined. 280 is going to be crazy. Would love to see you stream. If I stream 280, I got to do the full card. I'm going to be doing an 8-hour stream. What's your thoughts on fake eye pokes, fake nut shots last night? Usman also grabbed the cage like crazy and only Leon got yelled at. I mean, I don't think the nut shot was fake. I don't think the eye poke was fake. I think people are over dramatizing that. Also, it was annoying that the ref only corrected Leon, and I knew that was going to happen, that people were going to complain about that. But both guys grabbed the fence multiple times. Leon was inside the gloves of Usman multiple times. We have a system where it pays to cheat because typically outside of that one instance where Herb Dean stepped in, you grab the fence, you get away with it. You grab the gloves, you get away with it. You eye poke, you get away with it. You groin shot, you get away with it. You punch to the back of the head, you get away with it. And it's beneficial to you. It increases the probability that you'll win the fight by committing fouls. And people constantly get away with it. And it's super annoying, but both guys were there was a litany of fouls by both guys last night. Why do matchmakers and Tony's management hate him so much? I don't know. Someone needs to fire his agent. MMA fans, we won't see Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. Dana, how about you see them both get brutally knocked out on the same card? Yeah. A Mivov versus Buckley prediction. I'll probably go a Mivov, but Buckley looked really good in his last fight. The Leech has decent power. Tony might be screwed. Agreed. Medical suspensions are usually 6 months for KOs, but they make exceptions. Yeah, those suspensions are bullshit. The media posts those suspensions just to get clicks because it sounds crazy. Usman suspended for 6 months after KO. It's suspended unless otherwise cleared by a doctor, and they can always get cleared by a doctor. I mean, Tony Ferguson's fighting how quickly after his KO? I unfortunately think Usman would take the rematch. He would just go back to full round. Yeah, I think Usman takes the trilogy for sure. What are the chances they let Hamza skip over Usman? No, it's not going to happen unless Usman gets an injury or something. I thought Usman was a goof during all of that. Even Mad Dog Leon almost every round after the bell, then got set up for the head kick. Karma, if you believe in that stuff. What's next for Kelvin Gastelum? Maybe Dricus Duplessis? I don't know. Do you think Jones Stipe would be co-main event of that card? If they do it, deserve their own main event? They'd probably main event it on 282 over Glover Yuri. They'd probably main event it. Not going to lie, when Usman had Leon backed up against the cage, his striking was definitely pound for pound worthy. Makes me miss Jones. Yeah, he was swarming. He was winning a lot of the striking exchanges. So, it's crazy how good Usman looked last night. He looked good outside of the finish. I think Khamzat would be a better draw right now as champ. I agree. 279 is the worst main card you've seen? Yes, for 100% certain. He's the worst main card I've seen. It's just god-awful. It's a god-awful main card. So it's 3 weeks from yesterday. So not this week, but next week, I'll do a grading UFC 279. After the fact, I had family things to handle and watch the live stream after. I'll be here for 279 if you stream it. Appreciate it. No big deal. I was just curious. If Whitaker beats Vettori and Costa next, can he get a title shot? I guess. Depending who's champion, yes. Ideally, I want to see Khamzat versus Leon January 2023. Usman fights Bilal Burton. Usman's not fighting anyone else. They're doing a trilogy. When Usman had Leon backed up against the cage, yeah, I saw that. Does Tony need a new manager? Yes. I would have liked Tony versus Jim Miller more. Let him get his rhythm back on an easier fight. Yeah, damn straight at this point. Just realized the 3 fighters to be most verbal against the UFC, Diaz, Tony, Luke, have been giving hard matchups. Yeah, they do it all the time. No, dude, it was not. It grazed the cup. It literally grazed the cup. You could see it graze the shorts. People making up like for what reason did he fake it? So if it was a body kick that was so bad, why didn't he fall over? So he faked the nut shot to have a rest when his cardio was far superior because he's on EPO, everyone says. It doesn't make sense. It's just bullshit because people don't like Usman. People constantly looking for, oh, no, it wasn't low. You know, people are faking nut shots now. No, it's not going on. Usman has a history. No, he doesn't. I watched the live stream after 278 was over to see your reaction to the head kick. Did you enjoy watching it? Let me know that, John. I'm curious. Did you enjoy watching it? Is Tony basically dead on his next fight? I hope not. Duplessis versus Till prediction? I'd take Till. Duplessis garbage. Rushing forward, squared up, chin out in the air. But he does throw power shots. So I don't know. Darren Till could get chinned. What are your thoughts on Usman walking across the cage? Got me pumped, honestly. Got me pumped. I don't necessarily like that because I'm always scared something's going to happen and then the fight's not going to go down. But it got me pumped. To be honest, I don't think Tony will get destroyed how people are saying. He's been solid at 170 in the past, and Leach has terrible ground game. Big chance Tony gets flatlined but has a clear path. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So it's I got to make a video on it tomorrow. There will be a video out on it tomorrow. Usman might get KO'd by Izzy if they fought. I would definitely pick Izzy to win. How do you think the rematch plays out? Usman and Edwards play out? Usman smothers him badly. And beats him up in the clinch. Doesn't give him any room to breathe. Never strikes with him. What do you think? Leon was standing against the cage with his hands high. Looked like invitation for a double leg. I mean, it's just the pressure Usman was putting on him. Even though I hate Jones, if they do Jones Miocic for an interim, imagine Miocic wins and we have to see Ngannou. Yeah, that's why I don't want it. I've been campaigning. I don't want that fight. I don't want it. I want Ngannou Jones. I don't want Stipe Jones. I'd rather wait for Ngannou Jones. Leon beats Hamza easy. I don't know. Doesn't it suck how heavyweight losses a prospect with Tabora winning? It is what it is. I don't necessarily care because at the end of the day, it does suck losing a prospect. But if he can't beat Tabora, then he can't beat anyone else either. Do you think they book a fight at elevation to benefit Usman? He was only one on the card who didn't slow down. He normally trains at elevation, but I don't know, man. I doubt it. I very much enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed the reaction. He got hurt to the body from Colby, fake nut shot. It was actually a body kick. Okay, whatever you say. You can't ignore the spots on Usman, the weirdo pharmacist dad, and the fact his cardio is good for his size. I mean, anybody that has any success, all of a sudden they're on performance enhancing. That's why I just can't subscribe to that. Could easily be any spots. I got spots on my arm here. Am I on EPO? Can you guys see those spots? I don't know if you can see them on stream. I got spots on my arm. Am I on EPO all of a sudden? You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. I'm happy that Leon won. Was super fun, but I'm a little annoyed at how much people are clowning Usman. Kind of surprised to see the hate. I'm not surprised. I knew immediately. I'm super happy for Leon, though. Yes, I did see that. Somebody actually sent me that on Instagram. Too bad Tony doesn't get much time to build up some more muscle. Exactly. It's crazy. They just knew the card was too bad. Hindsight, but can you imagine Usman versus the 205ers? That would have been bad. I've been saying that on the channel for a long time. So, how does Leon do against Colby and Burns? I favor him against Colby. The Burns fight's going to be tough. I think Leon could beat them both, but I don't know. If their rematch, it will be in England. Dana already said. You never know. I thought the EPO comments were a troll, but I didn't know MMA fans hated Usman that much. Yeah, it's all speculation. I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying there's no concrete evidence. What is on my shirt right here? It's pissing me off. I'm just saying there's no concrete evidence. People are saying, well, I looked at pictures and I saw these little spots on his belly and the corrupt dad pharmacist and this and that and this and that, and he has great cardio, so he must be on EPO. You don't know anything. You're literally just speculating. For me, I always slide down in my chair every time I'm streaming. As far as the Usman EPO allegations, okay, I understand and I believe that there is far more UFC fighters on PEDs than we realize, okay? I understand that. But I like to operate in the real world based on facts, okay? The spots on his stomach could be anything. The whole dad thing, I think, is just overplayed terribly. Wasn't his dad in jail for the majority of his career, UFC career? Was he on EPO then? Was he getting it from somebody else? And I understand that USADA is not that great. But all I'm saying is it's nothing but pure speculation. There's no hard evidence outside of his success. And the only reason people are saying it is because he's successful. That's it. That's the only reason. There's no other evidence. There's nobody who's trained with him before who said, he's on the juice, or I've heard rumblings he's on the juice, or this or that. I listen to facts, and then I go from there. It's all speculation. There's no hard facts that Usman's on EPO. There's none. And I know someone's going to say, if one day he gets caught for it, people are going to say, I told you so, this and that. I'm not sitting here and saying that he's not. All I'm saying is the truth. There's no actual real evidence that he is on EPO. There's no real evidence. People on their computers looking at pictures of Usman's physique is not enough evidence for me. Okay? Take that to a court of law. Imagine this was a case being tried in the court of law. You think they would even take that case? No, they wouldn't. Because there's nothing. There's none. There's no evidence. There's none. It's not going to happen. So until there's hard evidence, I'll be here making a video on it. I will talk about the speculation for years and that he was finally caught by whoever he got caught by. I understand that USADA is a joke. I actually have a video idea about that soon that I may make, but it's just pure speculation at this point. Aldo's takedown defense surprised me, but his cardio not so much. Maybe the elevation took his toll. It could be. His inactivity is what surprised me. Usman is the most sus possible PED abuser currently in the UFC. It's very clear why people wouldn't like him. It's fair criticism. Yeah, but it's only happening to successful people, successful fighters. It doesn't happen to these guys who are middle of the pack. Once you become champion, all of a sudden you're on PEDs. We don't know for sure. However, I have knowledge, and I think Usman's juicing. How many times have you met Usman? How many times have you watched him in person? How many times, have you seen any medical records? What evidence do you have outside of computer access? That's it. It's very suspicious. But what evidence does he have? He's just looking at pictures. You will never convince me that someone is on PEDs based off internet pictures, okay? Do you guys realize how stupid that is? It's literally stupid. Stupid. You can't diagnose someone of PED use based off pictures that you looked at online. I need real evidence. Do you think Leon would have as many title defenses as Usman if he had to fight the same 5 fights? It's hard to say. Joey, what's next for the champion in 185 if he beats Alex? Probably Costa, honestly. Does Tony beat? No, it doesn't. Who's more likely to take PEDs still, TJ or Jones? Probably TJ. Okay. I guess they don't like Tony, and his manager's cruel and unusual. So I think that's what's going on there. It's disgusting. I mean, Li Jingliang is the fight they're giving him. And what really pisses me off is the fact that we could be watching Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson, and it'd be much better. I would give anything, please. Please, MMA gods. I hate to say this. Khamzat Chimaev, please pull out of the fight. Please pull out of the fight. Please. And then the UFC sub Tony Ferguson in. I'll pay for a Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson pay-per-view. Please, MMA guys, Hamza, pull out. Be sick or something. I don't want him to get seriously injured. Where were we at? Where were we at here? I get Usman looks absolutely ripped, but also lives one of the healthiest lifestyles. He trains very hard. Yeah, he trains at elevation too. I'm just saying it's very plausible that you know, I think it's very plausible he could not be. I think it's very plausible he could be. But I don't want to sit here and go off and say this or that just based on online pictures. That there's no evidence. When it comes to the Usman EPO stuff, in my opinion, it's just people watching YouTubers like More Plates, More Dates talk about him. Yeah, they blindly believe every word he says. We constantly hear it. We've gone through this argument before. I need real evidence, okay? That's the reality I live in, okay? People can live in other realities, and they may even be right. The speculation may even be right. They might be correct. I need hard evidence before I say otherwise. It was disturbing that the ref let it continue to go on. He was brutally KO'd. Saldana is an absolute idiot. Had him finish twice. Showboats both times, and then follows up with an illegal shot the second time. Sean Woodson should not have been allowed to continue. And Saldana's a bum. I cut him from the UFC, honestly. He's an idiot. Are you more hyped for Usman Edwards 3 or Oliveira versus Makhachev? Because for me, it's the trilogy. I'm more excited for Oliveira Makhachev, but both. Dude, imagine they would have done Chimaev versus Ferguson. Stop, dude. That would have been even worse for me. Usman come from Black Zillions. They have so many guys pop for PDs. That doesn't necessarily. I mean, that's still not hard evidence. That's circumstantial. That's just circumstantial. So you're telling me people who come from terrible families, they got to be bad people too? What if my whole family's terrible? Does that make me a bad person too? But I get your point, and I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not sitting here and saying he's not. I'm just saying I need more evidence than what you guys need. I have a higher standard of proof. Diaz Ferguson would be perfect. There's a higher chance of Nate pulling out on fight day. God, if they sub Tony Ferguson in, I'm going to have a conniption. Would you want that fight if you had to pay extra? Would you want that fight if you had to pay extra for 279? What do you mean? Rephrase the question. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Hamza and Tony's opponent pull out. Now, if Hamza pulls out, they'd sub Tony in against Nate, I'm sure. Imagine Hamza pulls out and they put Leach in there. They should have given Tony Ferguson an unranked lightweight. I'm sure. I agree. I'm still crying from Usman losing the God pound for pound killer got starched. It was insane. We got superhumans in the chat. I've seen other dudes on steroids, so it means that this guy who has a similar physique does. And the thing is, people with not even the greatest physiques are using PEDs. Anderson Silva popped for PEDs. Look at his physique. TJ Dillashaw popped for PEDs. He wasn't the most jacked, guy ever. I mean, he was jacked, but he wasn't like Paulo Costa or Usman jacked. So, okay. Saldana had one of the biggest blunders in UFC history. Yeah, it was actually embarrassing. It was actually embarrassing. Do you think Usman would get immediate rematch, or would he go act in Black Panther? He's going to get an immediate rematch. There's going to be a trilogy. UFC 279 should have been Colby versus Khamzat, Tony versus Nate, Leach versus Wonderboy. I agree 100%. That would have been amazing. I don't even know who this is, so you're going to have to elaborate what you're talking about. I know guys I've known guys roids too. Speculation isn't evidence. Agreed. And it's not even that I like Usman. Usman's cringe as hell. Dream matchup, Khabib versus Usman 170. How do you see it? I think Usman wins just because he's bigger. Also, I was pissed they continued that fight. I bet Woodson, he could have possibly gotten the DQ win. Yeah, it shouldn't have been continued. It should not have been continued. It should have been a DQ. A shout out to Woodson for not taking the easy way out. I don't even think he realized what happened. Can we talk about he got up quicker? He got up quicker than Aljamain Sterling, though. Usman is clearly on EPO. Yeah, there's plenty of evidence, I'm sure. Top 3 people you think is on PEDs? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not an expert on PED use. So, would you still want Ferguson Diaz if they charge? Yeah, I would pay $100. I'd pay $500 if they canceled Diaz Hamza and did Diaz Ferguson instead. Not because of the pay-per-view, because it's so great, because it's still not a great pay-per-view. That shouldn't be a main event. But just because I'd be so much more pleased with that matchup. Pharmacists, yeah, they count pills. Yeah. They act like pharmacists. I can't understand people acting like pharmacists create, what they serve. What I guess he's stealing medicine, I guess. I don't know. Like people go about pimples, acne, Usman not realizing that it can literally come from wrestling alone. Yeah, it's actually crazy. It's weird. It's very weird. We have our own set of opinions on Usman's PED use. We should move on to a different subject. No one will change their mind. There you go. Nobody's talking about Josh Emmett, who comes from Team Alpha Male, where lots of fighters have tested positive. He's shredded, but he's a contender, so no one talks about him. Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't be talking about him if he was unless he's a champion. So. Okay, where were we at? Guys, if you haven't already, do me a favor and like the stream. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would like the stream. So, there you go. Where were we at? One thing you'll notice about the UFC, they always put former opponents on the same card. Khamzat, Lee, Silva, Figgy. Okay? Rematch guaranteed. When you got enough bread, you can pass PED test, I believe. I 100% believe that. I 100% believe there's a vast majority of UFC fighters on PEDs. And Usman may be one of them. All I'm saying is there's no hard evidence that makes me believe it 100%. Like people act like it's a definite thing. All the Usman haters coming out of the woodwork today like Usman wasn't winning nearly the whole fight. I wonder how pissed they're going to be if Usman wins a trilogy. Do you think Kamaru Usman lost because Herb separated a little too early? That could very well be the butterfly effect there. He could have got him down and it could have ended the fight that way. 100% Sterling took a DQ win because he was getting whooped. Oh, that is even speculation at this point. He knew he was going to lose. I mean, Sean Woodson was flatlined KO. He recovered quicker, and so did Kamaru Usman. I don't know what your question is. I think Herb wanted to give Leon a chance to come back. Yeah, Herb had money on Leon and was like, yeah. If you're in the PE, okay, I'm not even talking about it. At C-level, Leon's going to make it look easy. I bet he won't gas after one. Well, that's awfully funny. He got tired in the Nate Diaz fight. Any more fights to be added to 279? I don't know. I don't know at this point. Leon walked away like a cold-blooded killer. Yeah, it was awesome. It was actually an awesome finish. Petr Yan has all the same things Usman has, though. Petr Yan has all the same things Usman has that would make someone accuse them of EPOs, but never says anything about Yan. Exactly. It's all just speculation. People have talked about Emmett and Gyno. He had one during one of his weigh-ins. The Goblin is also a cheater. Glad he's getting skipped for a title shot. Okay. They might as well let them juice. It would be awesome. A bunch of TRT VTORs would be sweet. Herb did not end the early. Usman was done. We're talking about the break in the clinch. Thoughts on Usman calling Dana during the post-fight press conference? There's really no thoughts to have on that. 80% of the UFC is on PEDs, so it makes sense. Like the other 20 are genetic specimens that look like they are on PEDs. Herb never stands anyone up, so it was weird. It was a weird spot, too. I didn't think it was warranted at all. I mean, I'm not going to say that's the reason he lost, but it's definitely one of those moments. It's like a butterfly effect. Okay, 72% say they want me to stream 279. I may or may not do it. I don't know. I like Leon. I was happy he got the win. Yan and O'Malley will be great to see. Exactly. Dude, you can Leon and realize he was getting dominated. Exactly. He was getting dominated. I mean, that's facts. Leon got a KO Usman again before he gets the respect he truly deserves. Yeah. If he goes out there and KOs him again, imagine if Usman dominates another fight to get KO'd in the 5th round again. Thought it was fair since Usman was cheating earlier. Karma. Fair enough. Everyone's on PED. Everyone's on steroids. Nate Diaz voice. Everyone's on steroids. Let me post this in the chat. Hold on. Jeez, YouTube Studio is garbage. This is the emoji used. Everyone's on steroids. Let me see if it lets me send. Now it's frozen. That's sweet. It's actually really annoying. My stream looks like it's frozen, but I don't think it is. Because I tried to send a Nate Diaz emoji in the chat. YouTube Studio stream is just straight up garbage. Sometimes. Let me go here. YouTube. And I got to pull up my actual stream. The pictures of Usman are wild, though. Let's go throw this in here. Everyone's on steroids. There you go. That's all I wanted to do. My YouTube Studio completely froze, so hopefully everything's still good. I'm just going to go ahead and exit out of it. Hopefully it's still streaming, though. I don't think that ends the stream if I exit out of the YouTube Studio. Keep the questions coming, guys. Keep the questions going. It's past 12 o'clock already. How is that even possible? You know what's crazy? We haven't talked about French fries. I've not had any connectivity issues since I wired my connection. Thank God I did that. That used to drive me nuts. I can't believe I waited so long. My videos upload so fast now, too. I don't even know if eventually I'm going to run the cord now. I mean, it's so easy. It's so fast as it is. Romanov lost all my parlays, but Leon made it crazy profitable. Sure enough. He breaks down all the evidence. He exposes steroid users. Check it out. Yeah, but all he does is look at pictures. It's crazy that everyone was picking Leon, but everyone is saying how he was overlooked. Something doesn't add up. Fair enough. Hey, Joey, I saw Tony is scheduled to fight Leach for a welterweight bout. If he gets a win, do you see him running? No, he's never going to be another title shot. Never. Nope. Had my money on Tabor after round one. Best moment of the night for me in terms of odds. Banked on Romanov gassing out. That's a good bet. I'll take a cut of it in the super chat. So imagine if Colby instead of Leon, you would have never heard the end of it. Oh my God, that would have been catastrophic. I would have actually been annoyed by that. John, I'm at work and your streams make my shift go by faster. Appreciate you. What do you do if you don't mind me asking? If you don't want to answer, don't answer. I watch no other MMA channels, really. Leon coach was calling for head kick, then 1 second later threw it and it KO'd him. That's crazy, I know. I don't mind a lot of people chances against Usman. He's getting older and the chin got cracked. He beat the same guys over and over the past couple of years. Who would win a fight, Masvidal versus Leon Edwards in a 5-round fight? I would probably pick Leon. I think Leon could out-grapple Masvidal. Do you ever think about Scalegate olives? It's super annoying. UFC branded performance-enhancing pills would make a killing. How do you think Usman called Dana? I don't know. Apparently people heard his voice when he was talking on the phone. Do you think Usman would get an immediate rematch or the champ choosing? No, Usman's going to get an immediate rematch for 100% certainty. Is Tied to Avasa actually getting in shape for the fight gone, or is he going to fight with that big gut? I have no idea. 5-year difference between Leon and Usman. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm going to sprinkle on Tony. I have faith. Fair enough. Do you think Leon could defend the title a few times? No, probably not. Probably not. I think Leon loses to Usman in the trilogy, unfortunately. Unless Usman is just done, like his entire psychology is done. He's scared to get hit, and he just doesn't fight with the same pressure he has. I think the lack of pressure is what got him KO'd. He was just standing there. If you remember the moment, he was just standing there flat-footed doing nothing, coasting to a last-minute decision victory. If Khamzat wins, I feel like he should fight Colby. He needs to fight Colby, 100%. That's tie shape round. Yeah, would love to see how Leon would be Colby. Yeah, Leon won at Colby back in March of last year, 2021. But Colby didn't want it. He turned down the fight. Alex got it. Okay, that's not even to me. I actually clicked on that. Would love to see how Leon. Okay, read that. Leon over Masvidal. Yes, I'm a transportation inspector. I inspect semi-trucks to make sure they are safe for use. I also look for drugs. When you find the drugs, do you use the drugs? That's the real question. But that's pretty cool, man. I hope you're at work right now, you said? That's crazy. That's crazy. Where are you from? That's the real question. Where are you from? Guys, put in the chat. I know half of you already answered this question like a gazillion times. Where are you currently at watching the stream? Like, what state are you in? What city are you in? Be specific or as non-specific as you are. I truly want to know. It's always interested me to see, people from all over the world, from all over, uh, you know, the United States. It's just crazy that how many people can watch such a small channel. I feel like nobody will remember how dominant Usman was. They're all going to be hating on it. I mean, at the end of the day, if Usman goes back and reclaims his belt, that's a big moment. That's a big moment. That card on September 3rd might be more. It definitely is more interesting than 279, 100%. Who would win in a fight, Usman versus Khamzat, if you had to do an early prediction? I pick Khamzat. I've been picking Khamzat. But I think Khamzat could fade late and lose. I'd love to see Colby get another shot at Usman and stop him. The libs would be pissed. Okay, fair enough. I don't know if Colby's ever going to get a third shot at Usman, though. Leon always thought Masvidal average. I hate. Okay. The storyline between Edwards Usman 3 will be, is Usman past his prime and is he getting old? Yup, that will be the storyline. What do you think is next for Borhachina? Probably Israel Adesanya title fight if he wins. If Adesanya beats, what's his name? You have to stream 279, Nate's last fight. Maybe. Kamaru will beat Leon in the trilogy. I'm not calling the win a fluke, but definitely Usman that he lost. He wasn't pressuring. Yep. Leon has the history with Usman, Masvidal, Bilal, and Hamza. Nice that he has options. Yeah, but he's going to be fighting Usman. Las Vegas, Nevada, Jersey. Weird question, but I start college soon. How did you like your experience? It was all right. I am in Chicago from India. That's crazy. I like the Spider-Man pick. Chicago, Illinois, back of the yards. The fight capital of the world, a.k.a. Las Vegas. San Jose, California. I'm in Lagos. That's cool. Portland. I won't say a specific state, but I'm from the southwestern state. Southwestern. Okay. I won't say a specific state, but I'm from a southwestern state in the U.S. I am going to guess. Let's see. Let's get some options on the screen. I'm going to guess southwestern. I'm going to say you're from Arizona, John, but no big deal. I understand if you don't want to say a specific. I'll say you're from Arizona. He needs Masvidal. How do you see Masvidal getting another title shot for free? He doesn't. Rob versus Marvin is such a good fight. Agree. Another dude from Chicago. That is crazy. Whitaker by decision is easy money. Agreed. I'm from Arkansas, home of Bryce Mitchell. That's crazy, MMA Showcase. If Leon wins the trilogy versus Usman, what will his next fight be? Probably Khamzat. Will Usman ever pass GSP at this point? Could. I mean, he could. If he goes out and takes his title back from Leon, people will excuse away the KO. So, Alex says Oklahoma. I don't know what he's talking about there. Abu Dhabi. I remember that. I'd love for Masvidal to get another shot at Usman and get KO'd again. It would be a good retirement. Stop. Who wants to see Usman Masvidal 3, dude? What the hell? I can't believe you're even speculating on that. That's wild. I would never want to see that in a million years. Usman Masvidal 3 is literally the last fight. Is the last fight that I want to see. It's the last fight I want to see. So John is from New Mexico. That I actually thought about guessing that. But no big deal. It's not like anyone's going to find you. It's a big state. And yeah, but that's crazy, man. It's crazy how many people like from all the different states, all the different countries. It's wild. But thank you for watching, John. I'm happy you enjoyed the streams while you're at work. That's crazy. That's wild. You're just listening to me, headphones in probably. Like, I'm just going to listen to this clown talk about MMA real quick. Yeah, but listening to stuff always does make work go by faster for sure. What's next for Blades? Yeah, John. Hold on, your name is John. No one's going to be able to find John from New Mexico. Yeah, we're going to find John from New Mexico. Yeah, I think his profile picture gives him away. We're going to be able to find you, John, now. What's next for Blades? Winner of Gane to Avasa. I wish they made Aspinall versus Gane instead. I agree 100%. No, he'll fight in February or March against Leon in the trilogy. What do you favor in a Fiziev versus Makhachev matchup? That's a very compelling matchup. I'm a Fiziev hype train follower, and I thought he could be champion before he was even in the rankings. So I'll go Fiziev. Usman Masvidal, no way. Yeah. Is a loss avenged if you lose the second fight but win the first, or does it have to be like GSP Sarah? You have to win the most recent fight. Unless you both are washed up. The only time it doesn't count if you both are washed up. Like let's say Usman beats up Leon, and then 10 years from now, they have a fourth fight and they're both washed up. That one doesn't matter. I'd like to see Usman Masvidal 3 and stop. Hype for UFC France. Yeah, UFC France is solid. I'm from Canada. That's awesome. That's awesome. Usman versus Edwards 3, January 2023. First pay-per-view of the year. The first pay-per-view of the year is in Brazil. It's going to happen in February or March. Is Jorge Usman really the last fight you'd want to see? We got the Diaz Chimaev. I'd rather watch Diaz Chimaev than Usman Jorge 2 or 3. Let's say Leon fights Usman again and finishes him again. What do you think is next for Usman? Retirement? If you were forced to watch Carla Rose 3 or Usman Masvidal 3 for the rest of eternity, which one are you picking? Jeez Louise. Probably Usman Masvidal 3. John should never even type. We already got his location. Yeah, I'm tracking his IP as we speak. Sources are telling me John is in New Mexico. His name is John, so it shouldn't be hard to find. His picture is very detailed. I'm going to get an artist sketch of it, and we're going to be looking for John in New Mexico. Trucking station. I got it. Sources are telling me right now they're on the way to get him. Tracking his IP. I was happy to see Ali disappointed. That's the best thing. I always sneak my earbuds on and listen to you at work. That's awesome, Roman. That's awesome. Appreciate you becoming a member too, my friend. These comments got me rolling. Yeah, it's hilarious. I like how my level of sarcasm has made its way to the comments. Who executed the KO high kick better, Chito or Rocky? I'll say Rocky. Usman Masvidal 3, might as well do Conor Poirier 4 at this point. Yeah. How do you think Brady versus Khamzat would go? I'd pick Khamzat on the feet. I'll say Rocky did better. Agree. UFC Paris is 10 times better than UFC 279. I know you'll hate my most recent comment. I don't even know what you said. Did you just go comment on something? I don't know what you said, my friend. I don't hate anything, no. Let's see if I got a comment that pops up on thing. No, I don't see it. Nope. Nope. But guys, after this stream, I don't know how long I'm going to go for this stream. I don't mind continuing to go for a while. After this stream, do me a favor and watch my Leon Edwards UFC 278 video. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll post it in the chat at the end, but we'll go for a while longer. Dana said they probably can't do Wembley Stadium because it's outdoors. Yeah, they're not going to do an outdoor stadium. Nate Diaz versus Khamzat or Masvidal versus Khamzat. Which would you prefer? Masvidal versus Khamzat. How many days or weeks until the news of Hunsucker being cut? I'll say 3 days. Roster removed. Oh, we going to find John. We comment in the chat. I don't know what you said. I didn't see it, so you're going to have to resend it. Oh, the Masvidal Usman comment? Okay. UFC Song versus Sandhagen is pay-per-view level quality card, in my opinion. It's a decent main event. I don't know if it's a pay-per-view. Maybe if you had a good main event. Don't listen to these John haters. John, there's our Johns everywhere. I've even seen some in India wanting to help me clean my laptop. Yeah, there's like 6 Johns in the chat right now. Hold on a second. Everyone stop typing. If your name is John, type in the chat right now. I need to see how many Johns are in the chat. There's like 6 Johns in the chat. Which John are we going for? I don't know which one to go for right now. I feel like John's about to change his YouTube name and go into witness protection, Colby Covington style. There's John Mundy. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, this guy says my middle name is John. No, it's too late. It's too late, John. I'm walking to your house as we speak. Well, he's at work, so good luck. Okay, let's continue. Where are we at? Have you heard of the upcoming? Yeah, good luck with that one. We're looking for John Mundy now. Lies, I bet you hate ticks. Sorry I'm late. No big deal. Are they still doing UFC Africa? No, they were never doing that. What's next for Aldo? Dominic Cruz. What's up, John Mundy? My middle name is John. What's up? Now it's too late for John. It's too late for John. Hold on one second. It's too late for John. I'm walking to his house as we speak. Okay. What's going on, Keenan? Told y'all yesterday Leon was going to shock the world. My name is John Johnson. It's insane how fickle MMA fans are. I can't hate on Izzy point fighting anymore. Everyone's switching up on Usman. Yeah. My name is Jonathan, so halfway. A lot of fighters seem to gas because of the altitude. Do you think Rockhold would have pulled it off? It's possible. I picked Rockhold, so I'll say yes, but you never know. John Doe. My name is Muhammad John. We got like 75 Johns. England is the worst place to do a live event in a stadium. It literally rains a lot here. Last Cricket World Cup was ruined during. They would never do it outdoors, I don't think. I'm on my way to get John right now. Just got to look for a guy watching MMA Joey in New Mexico through semi trucks. Justin Gate, I don't believe Islam will dominate Charles. Do you agree? I agree. 100%. Would you agree McGregor should look for an Usman matchup? No. Dude, what are you saying, bro? What are you even saying? If it was 5 rounds, maybe Luke could have done it. No, Luke would have had a heart attack if it was 5 rounds. Best upcoming UFC fighter? Umar Nurmagomedov, maybe? I need Costa versus Rob. That was originally supposed to happen last year, but it ended up not coming to fruition. Costa wouldn't have gassed out at sea level. You're probably right. I know it's pink. I don't know what you're saying there, but okay. All right, Jim. All right, Jim. You know what I realized? I forgot to post my stream on Twitter. Join me live, recapping UFC 278. Tweet that out. I always forget to do that, but I'll do it now. Even though, let's see, where were we at? Guys, do me a favor. What is this guy? Okay. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't already, like the stream. Like the stream. Look, if we get over 50 likes, we'll go 2 hours. 50 likes, we'll do 2 hours. All right. There you go. I got to get every video and live stream I've done recently has gotten over 1,000 views. So I got to stay until I get 1,000 views on this stream at least. We're at like 450 now, I think. Which isn't bad. Which isn't bad for my channel. Let me go look at something real quick. It's crazy how much the channel has grown, though. I remember we used to do streams. We used to have 10 people in here. 10, 15. And now, here we are. Yeah, the Leon Edwards video is doing quite well. Every video I've done recently has done well. So this live stream, we got to get this live stream to 1,000 views. Now I got like 86 tabs open. I don't need this tab. I need that tab. I'll move this tab over here. This tab, this tab. I don't need this tab. I don't need this tab. Okay. We are good to go. Good to go. My parlays got messed up last night, but Rocky won, and I'm not even upset. That was a crazy KO. That was insanity, bro. That KO was the craziest thing for the UFC in a while. Feels refreshing. Yeah, it reminded me of Anderson Silva, Chael Sonnen won. I think he'll be fighting for the trilogy and probably win the trilogy, honestly. I love 5-round fights. It's crazy how it changes the outcome, but you could imagine if the NFL decided 5 quarters for a Super Bowl. Yeah, they'd be exhausted. It's a good idea. Usman, stop. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop. If Islam loses against Charles, who do you think he'll face? That's a good question. I have no idea. It depends how the division plays out. Maybe a recent loser of Beneil versus Gamrot. Something along those lines. 1K views. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. We're almost at 500. So we'll get there soon enough. Leon's head kick KOs anyone, right? It's not Usman having a bad chin. 100% KOs anyone. It landed perfect. Joey, name a scenario where Nate can upset Khamzat. Khamzat breaks his leg kicking the shit out of Nate Diaz. That's the only way he injures himself. If Dominic Reyes were to have beaten Jan Blachowicz and Izzy moved up to fight Reyes, how do you think that would have went? I would have picked Reyes. Shavkat is an up-and-comer. I don't know, though. He's ranked in the top 10, isn't he? So I don't know. That kick that landed on Leon would have KO'd a heavyweight. Yeah, dude, it was brutal. It reminded me, and it's funny because I seen someone post this after I said this. It reminded me of the Paulo Costa Yoel Romero picture where Costa landed a brutal head kick on Yoel, and Yoel just ate it. So Yoel is the only man alive. Yoel Romero is the only man alive that could absorb that head kick. Now we got to wait till October to determine who gets a bantamweight title shot. Of Yan obliterates Sugar, then Chito should fight for the title. If Yan obliterates Sugar, Yan should be next in line, honestly. Yan always does that kick, and he did it against Bilal. I'm pretty sure Usman saw it on film. How did this kick land? Usman wasn't pressuring. Usman got complacent, and Edwards did a perfect job setting it up. Usman versus Edwards was legit Rocky 2. Have you seen? Nope, I haven't seen any of the Rocky movies. Reyes would have KO'd Izzy, probably. Stipe KO'd. 2022, Stipe KO'd, McGregor KO'd. Stipe didn't get KO'd this year. He got KO'd last year. He hasn't fought this year. So Stipe KO'd, McGregor KO'd, Cruz KO'd, Usman KO'd, Ferguson KO'd. All those were correct except Stipe. So all those were correct except Stipe. Do you think Usman didn't get KO'd? He might have contested that as an eye poke. Yeah, he would have. Bilal ate that kick like a champ. Wouldn't mind his chances against Usman. Probably Jose Aldo. Conor was a broken leg. He got KO'd too. He got KO'd in January. No, was that last year? Yeah, that was last year. Right? No, that was this year, right? Now I'm confused. Somehow I'm confused right now. Yeah, that was last year. Yep. It was January of last year and July of last year. So Conor got KO'd in last year too. So we're all wrong. You're saying last 2 years, I guess. Wasn't a fluke. Perfectly timed, set up. Perfectly timed and set up. Conor didn't fight in 2022. Yeah, you're right. I got confused for a second. I couldn't remember. Who's pound for pound presently fighting now? Volk for sure. Merab versus Yan, I think that fight would be a banger. I would love that matchup, but Yan would beat the shit out of him anyway. Yep, I remembered. I just had to think for a second, and I realized it's hard to believe how fast time has gone by. It's been over a year since Conor broke his leg and got 10-8'd the whole round. Bilal champ 2023. We'll see. If that fight between Khamzat and Leon would have ever gotten canceled, do you think Leon would have become champion yesterday? If that fight between Khamzat and Leon would have, I'll say no. What is time? The hype for Usman versus Leon 3 will be crazy, although if Usman takes a long layoff, I think he should defend it once. Usman's not going to take a long layoff. It's going to be at least 6 months anyway before the fight happens. Who do you think wins in a Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington title fight? I'll say Leon. Leon's got decent grappling. No, dude, you got to realize, 4,000 subscribers is absolutely nobody. You know what I mean? That's never going to happen. Khamzat will have one job, devalue Diaz, see Diaz getting devalued either in UFC or boxing. Do you think Charles should surpass Usman in pound for pound if he beats Islam? Yes, 100%. What do you think is the hardest fight for Chito? I think it's Sandhagen. I'll say it's Aljamain Sterling. Vera has trouble with grapplers. I mean, he got out-grappled by Edgar. Aljamain Sterling would beat Chito if he couldn't KO him. Before the KO, I was thinking 2022 is the year of the main event decision. It's been mostly decisions this year. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, definitely not a fluke. Usman just should poor defense. You should have leaned into head kick towards the person's power side. Yeah. He balled on a feint. Imagine Diaz had finished Edwards. You know what I was thinking of? Imagine had the fight been reversed. Imagine Usman lost the majority of the fight and then was going to lose his title to Leon and then KO'd Leon in the third round. We would have had to seen a third fight in that instance, right? I think we would have had to seen a third fight in that instance too. If Leon dominated the whole fight and got finished at the end, I just would have. You would have needed to do a trilogy. Imagine Diaz had finished Edwards. If he would have actually attacked him, it would have been very possible. Where was I at? What knockout of the year, Usman versus Edwards or Chandler? I say Usman versus Edwards because of the stakes that was there. Chandler versus Tony was nastier. Yeah, I agree. If John Jones never relinquished his light heavyweight title, do you believe Adesanya would have moved up anyways? No. Jones would have ragdolled him. If Malley happens to send Jan stretchered out of the cage with no serious injury, will you end the meme? Absolutely not. Never. But it'll be less prevalent for sure. Who wins Patty versus Brad Riddell? Brad Riddell for sure. I think Brad Riddell beats Patty. Patty's not good at all. Sterling with backpack Cheeto agreed. Beautiful setup. Yes, it was. Crazy how the universe has parallels. Back-to-back fluke injuries with Aspinall, Ortega, then back-to-back head kicks Cheeto and Leon. That is really crazy. That is actually really crazy, I think. I mean, it's hard to believe that happens in back-to-back weeks. And then 4 weeks in a row, you have, similar scenarios. So it's insanity that can happen. I didn't even think of it that way. If Nate finds some way to defeat Khamzat, that'd be my favorite moment in MMA history. Imagine he does that and then he leaves. Cejudo versus Merab next. I would like to see that. I wouldn't say that. Okay. Usman trying to tie Anderson Silva's record for losses in the last minute. Usman trying to tie Anderson Silva's record, loses in the last minute, similar to how Anderson won in the last minute versus Chael. Exactly. That's what I've been saying. I had trouble reading that for a second. This is the time you jump my head question. Be honest, it's my name. I don't know what you're saying. I'm not a fan of immediate rematches when the loser is the challenger. I agree, but if he dominated the whole fight, he would need a rematch. Who do you have in Tony Ferguson versus Li Jingliang? I haven't decided yet, but probably Li Jingliang. Too big, too strong. O'Malley flatline KOing Yan is going to be the next crazy event to happen. Could you imagine? Does Brian Ortega's chin survive one of those Cheetah or Leon head kicks? No, absolutely not. Patty versus Mark Madsen, how do you see it going? Mark Madsen would out-grapple him the whole fight. For sure. That fight was in the middle of his streak, though. Yeah, it's still insanity. Since Aldo lost, winner of Sean versus Jan gets title shot. Yeah, unless Cejudo comes back and beats Cheeto or Merab. It's not going to happen. So I think we'll probably see Jan versus TJ in 2023. Cheeto versus Jan would be an absolute banger. Yeah, I would love that fight. I'm happy we're getting Jan versus O'Malley. O'Malley gets a chance to prove himself. Costa versus Cannonier, who do you got? Costa all day. I'm still not surprised. Could you imagine? Hey, Joey, who would win between Rose Namajunas and Francis Ngannou in a 5-round fight? Definitely Rose Namajunas. She's the best. Tony must be trying to fight out his contract. Maybe so. Imagine if one of these two judges that gave Conor the decision gave it to Diaz. One man, so much change. I know. And I thought Diaz won that fight too. I thought it was pretty clear. Patty beats Madsen. I don't know. Madsen is terrible. I don't know how he's undefeated. He would out wrestle Patty. I mean, Jordan Levitt did it. So 100% certainty. He would get out grappled by him. Rose, I don't know what you're saying there. Patty beats Madsen. Connor clearly won. No, he didn't. What fight has a better chance of being the fight of the night? Yan versus Sugar, Islam versus Charles. Islam versus Charles. But Yan versus Sugar could be good. I think it will be good, actually. If Leon dominates Usman in the trilogy, is he top 3 pound for pound? Probably. For sure. Almost for sure. Do you think Valentina Shevchenko should send Kamaru Usman to the Shadow Realm? Sure. Abu Dhabi's going to be insane. I know. I can't wait for that card. Abu Dhabi is just the most insane card ever. It's an absolute insane card. Insane card. Let me go look it up real quick just for a refresher. UFC 280 Tapology. Let's take a look. Oliveira Makhachev is the main event. Sterling Dillashaw co-main event. This bout order is not finalized, so I don't know what order they'll put it in. Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady. Piotr Jan, Sean O'Malley. Beneil Dariush, Mateus Gamrot. Marina Rodriguez, Amanda Lemos. Caitlin Chukagi, Manon Fiorot. Makhmed Muradov versus Caio Borralho. Muhammad Mokaev, Malcolm Gordon. Volkan Ozdemir, Nikita Krylov. I mean, insanity. Hamdi, I forgot how to pronounce his last name, versus Parker Porter is even a decent fight. I mean, this is stacked. I'm at least doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 predictions, if not 7. I mean, UFC 280 is the best card I've ever seen on paper. The best card I've ever seen on paper. It's straight up amazing. It's straight up amazing. What sucks is it comes on early. It starts at 10 a.m. I don't want that. I mean, I don't want that at 10 a.m. I just feel like it ruins the night almost, in a way. It ruins the night, guys. It really does. It's like after the fights, now what? It just feels weird. I'm telling you right now, Abu Dhabi's paying the UFC good money to bring that fight to them. 100% Abu Dhabi's paying it. So what happens is Abu Dhabi and the UFC have a deal together, and Abu Dhabi pays them to bring fights there, basically. So they're paying them to bring a banger card, and they'll bring in a banger card for sure. I mean, it's one of the best cards ever. It's absolutely, I mean, on paper, 2 title fights and then all those other notable fights. I can't believe that's even a card. I really can't believe. It's that good. It's that good. I'm trying to think of what fight I'm most looking forward to outside of the main event. Probably Jan O'Malley. I mean, Jan O'Malley, I'm arguably more excited for than Sterling versus Dillashaw. But it's close. It's really close. And imagine if O'Malley pulls it off. Imagine if he pulls it off. That would be straight up craziness. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. Where was I at? Who do you think is going to be on the main card? Okay, if I had to guess the main card, Oliveira versus Makhachev is the main, obviously. Aljamain Sterling, TJ is the co-main. I'm going to say featured fight on the main card is Piotr Jan, Sean O'Malley. Then Bilal, Sean Brady. And then I think they're going to do Beneil Dariush, Mateus Gamrot as the featured prelim. So that leaves one more main card spot. I'll say Marina Rodriguez, Amanda Lemos makes it to the main card. I think that's what's going to happen. Because they like to take a good fight and make it the featured prelim. So I think they might do Dariush Gamrot as a featured prelim. If not, they'll put Gamrot Dariush on the main card, put Muhammad Brady as the featured prelim, and put Marina Rodriguez, Amanda Lemos on the main card, I believe. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Definitely. I think Jan O'Malley has to be the featured fight on the card. That's a huge fight. That is a massive fight. So if they don't put that as a featured fight, I mean, what are they going to open up the pay-per-view with that? I don't know. I don't know what else they do. What we got going on here? Yeah. Somebody sending me an Instagram message about the Tony Ferguson news. Guys, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm almost to 200 followers on Instagram. So go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MMA Joey C. At MMA Joey C. Go follow me. All those fights are bangers. Prayers for no injuries. I agree 100%. Will I even be awake? You better. You better. The main card, I think, starts at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, 280 is like an absolute feast for MMA fans. I'm praying for no injuries. If Charles versus Islam becomes Tony versus Khabib 2.0 and gets canceled, I'm going to cry in my room. I'm telling you right now, Charles versus Islam gets canceled, I'm going to be devastated. I'm flat out going to cry. It's only that good because of the Saudi money. Agreed. On paper, it's the best card ever for sure. I hate that the best pay-per-view of all time paper is during the day. Why couldn't it be 279? Yeah, I'm pissed about the timing too. It just ruins the night vibe. You know what I mean? Chandler versus Dustin. What about it? Do you think Justin will fight Fiziev next year or sooner? I think he'll fight him on the MSG card. That's what I'm gonna guess. If Sugar fought Sterling, you think he can beat Sterling? No, I think he get out grappled by Sterling badly. Don't even say that, JJ. I just saw that. Aljo versus TJ doesn't make much sense to me. TJ hasn't done enough to get back. He's former champion. I don't think he should have gotten it either. I thought he lost to Sandhagen. But so it is what it is. It is what it is. TJ Aljo, co-main event, former champion. That's why they're doing it. And TJ's a name. People know who TJ is. That's why. UFC war crimes at 279 will be paid back with 280. That's hilarious. Amanda Lemos versus Marina Rodriguez is a really compelling fight style-wise. I know. That's exactly why I mentioned it. TJ got a robbery win over Corey. I agree. Corey did beat him. Yan versus O'Malley might open the pay-per-view. I think O'Malley's usual slot. Now, I think they'll make it the feature fight on the card. There's no way. Missed the fights last night, so bummed. That does suck. That does suck pretty badly. Yan versus Sean and Charles versus Islam is better than the whole 279 card. Charles versus Islam is better than the entire 279 card. I'll fix that for you. Bro, you missed some crazy pains. Yeah. Imagine, stop. Do you think Charles doesn't speak English or understand English? It's easier for him to fight in the octagon with no emotion? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe. I never thought of that. Is there anyone Nick Diaz actually could beat in the UFC? He seems like he wants to come back. No. Nick Diaz is done. He's done. And he quit in his last fight. Who wants to see him fight? I mean, who wants to see him fight? He quit in his last fight, guys. He literally quit mid-fight. He said, I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm done. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe the end of an era for Nick. Already read that. No UFC events this week. You can watch the channel. I'll have videos out. I thought TJ won. And also, I think ONE FC is this Friday. I think so. Maybe we'll watch that. I think it comes on at a decent hour. I thought TJ won. Fair enough. Imagine oversleeping the day of 280. Oh my God. Imagine, better yet, nostalgic. Imagine you think UFC 280 is on at night and you're pumped for it. You're a hardcore MMA fan. You're running out doing errands all day during Saturday, and then you get home. You're like, oh yeah, I can't wait for this card. And you turn it on and you're like, results. And you realize you missed it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'd literally probably kill somebody. I'd literally kill someone. Imagine you thought it was on at nighttime and you didn't realize. I hope Nate makes it competitive. I doubt it. I hate to even speculate, but if either Oliveira or Islam pulls out, do you think the UFC would want Benil? I don't want anyone to step in. That's another video I want to do. Please no. Reschedule it. Muhammad Brady would be the best fight on 279. That's really saying something. What are you saying there? Oh, I see what you're saying. If it was on 279, I misread that for a second. Unpopular opinion. I love when fights start early instead of having to wait all day to see the fights. Ugh. I wish they were a little bit earlier. I wish they were an hour or two earlier for the main card start time. I like an 8 p.m. Eastern time start time. That's what I like an 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern card start time. They start main cards 10 p.m. Eastern time for us. So it's annoying. I could have KO'd Nick that night. I think he should retire, but claims he had a bad camp. Then why? I just tired of the excuses. Mystic Me predicts Sterling beats TJ via rear naked choke. I don't even think he's taking TJ down. Seeing Diaz brother quit mid-fight made me question my life. It was sad. Nick was arguably winning. I don't think he was winning, but it was competitive. He just quit. I mean, he didn't want to fight anymore. Bilal's absolutely going to destroy Sean Brady. I see a lot of people complaining that Charles should speak English, but I could care less. What do you feel about it, Joey? There is a lot of people who, for some reason, are obsessed with fighters being able to speak English. The media talks about it quite a bit. I could literally give a jack shit whether or not a fighter speaks English. Charles Oliveira is one of the most exciting fighters ever to step in the cage. Would he be more exciting if he spoke English? No. Could he maybe build up fights a little bit more just because it's maybe back and forth? But he's a respectful guy. He's not talking shit anyway. So there's some people that love the WWE aspect of the UFC in the terms of the build-up before fights. For me, it doesn't really do much for me unless it's like real good actual heat and not some weird manufacturer shit talking back and forth. So for me, I could care less. I don't care if everyone in the whole entire UFC speaks another language, and Dana White speaks another language too. I'm here for the fights. High level competitive fights is what I want to see. That's what I want to see. High level competitive fights. Do you think Ecuador will have their first UFC champion, or is Chito over his head? I think it's possible, but I think Chito would lose to Merab. I think Chito would lose to Aljo. I think Chito would probably lose to TJ, but that'd be interesting. But I think TJ would try to grapple him. I think it's possible, though. I'm not saying he's like completely ruled out. Who would have thought UFC 279 will have mismatches Tony versus Leach and Nate versus Hamza? I know it's garbage. Having it dark pumps me up. Come main event time. Yeah. Main card starts 9 p.m. my time. Still think should be earlier. Yeah, I think 8 p.m. is the sweet spot for sure. 8 p.m. is the sweet spot. I can see Sean Brady getting a KO or sub on Bilal. We'll see. Main card starts at 7 in Vegas, I think. Yes, it does. Do you think Nick should come back from another fight? Absolutely not. I'm up all night till like 10 p.m. start time. When they speak bad English, they get shit okay for having limited vocabulary. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird obsession. Was Conor Habib the best build-up to any UFC fight? One of the best. I don't know if it's the best. Jones Cormier was really good too. The Diaz bros should just fight Paul, bro. Yeah. Arman versus Jalen Turner prediction. I'll take Jalen Turner by submission, but Arman could beat him. I can't believe people actually care if he speaks English along. That's the one translator. I'm fine. Where's Francis rank on the pound for pound? I have no idea. Huge Cheetah fan, rooting for him a ton, but this is the hardest fight. Are directly ahead of him. Yep. As you can see, I'm a huge Chito Vera fan as well. I got his autograph right here, guys. Look at this Chito Vera autograph, guys. How sweet is that? How sweet is that? Look at that. You see what he's doing there? Do you know what happened right after this picture was taken? Do you guys know what happened? This guy right here, hold on. This guy right here was stretchered out of the cage with no serious injury. That's what happened after this picture. He's flash KO'd in this picture. I love Chito Vera. I'll put that back over here now. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. Who the F should Costa fight assuming he re-signs? I don't know. Maybe Whitaker if he beats Vettori. Nick clearly won the first against Robbie, was winning the second. I don't even know if that's the case. I think Robbie won both rounds, I think. Patty has mainstream appeal by like Barstool Sports, but anyone who actually watches knows he isn't very good. Yeah. Bet you understand what my fist is saying. I don't know what that means, but okay. Did Nick get robbed against Condit? No, he did not, unfortunately. Main card starts at 1 p.m. for me, which is goated. Brady has a suspect gas tank. Yeah, he gassed out in the third round against Chiesa. I don't think Turner outgrapples Arman. I was just thinking Arman on a shot maybe gets caught in a guillotine or something. That's a dope picture. Thank you. If you hate Charles Oliveira, you need an evaluation. I don't think about fighters' language. I don't bring anything personal into it equation other than an MMA skill. Yeah, exactly. Nice. In one of your last vids, you ranked Francis as one of the least exciting UFC champs. What makes him less exciting than most of the other champs? I don't know. I think it's just, he's not. It's not that he's not exciting. I just think like Oliveira, Volk are more exciting. Yuri's more exciting. But Francis isn't like that low on the list. It's just he's exciting, but other people are more exciting. How happy would you be if O'Malley Vera 2 is for a title? I don't know if I'd be happy or not. It'd be a crazy fight, though. It'd be crazy to see that storyline rebuilt. Do you think Tony versus Khamzat would be more exciting than Nate versus Khamzat? No. They'd both be equally bad. I'm sorry, but as a huge dominant Cruz fan, I'm mad at Cheeto. Yeah, I'm a Cruz fan, too. You should get a picture of Jan doing the same thing to Sean after that domination happens. No, Cheeto does not have a new fight. That's a silly question, but would you rather get choked out by Charles Oliveira or take 3 leg kicks from Prime Aldo? Choked out by Oliveira, no power. Aldo, Armin is too good for Turner, maybe. I really like Armin. Wish he would get better on the feet, though. Yeah, I think he's improving, though. I think he's improving for sure. So we'll have to see. Ngannou has great finishes, but the actual fights aren't that great, I think is what you're trying to say. Do you think we ever see Gregor Gillespie again? Would a fight with Paddy be a good return? He would dominate Paddy Pimblett badly. He would dominate Paddy Pimblett badly. It would be really bad. It would be really, really bad. Oliveira's striking game is getting vicious. Did you like the Charles Kevin Lee fight? I feel like Lee was doing well. Yes, I did. And Kevin Lee was having some success. Yeah, Francis. Okay, Joey, did you like Condit versus GSP? Beautiful head kick. Had GSP in deep trouble. Yeah, I remember that fight like it was yesterday. GSP was coasting kind of, winning, out grappling Condit. Condit threw the combination and then leaned over with the head kick. But the head kick wasn't thrown with full power, and also GSP didn't lean into it either. But it rocked GSP, and he barely survived. In boxing, the heavyweight division has so much history and hype. Why does the UFC not have the hype towards the heavyweight division? They used to, but they don't want to promote Francis Ngannou because he wants to fight out his deal. Francis still learning. Hopefully won't let it all go to his head. Maybe he used to be a sand digger. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I think some of his fights he has great finishes, but they're not particularly exciting up until that point. Gregor would destroy Paddy. Agree. 1 punch to the jaw from Francis or 5 leg kicks from Prime Aldo. I'll take the leg kicks. Gregor is still out fishing instead of fighting. Yeah, Gregor is the most inactive fighter ever, pretty much. Did Condit get robbed against Robbie? I don't know. It was debatable, but probably. I'll pass both and take eye pokes from Prime Jones. Yeah, I don't want to take any eye pokes from John Jones, so I'll take one of those other ones. Is it me or Charles gets better every fight? For sure. I've been saying it for literal years. You can go back and watch one of my first prediction videos on the channel against Michael Chandler prediction. And I was saying how he's constantly getting better. Did you think GSP over Hendricks was a robbery? I rewatched it recently and don't think I could call it a robbery. No, I don't remember exactly how I scored it, but I thought you could have gave it to GSP. But I thought Hendricks should have probably got the victory. Speaking of Turner, and I think people overblew it and pretended like it was the worst robbery ever. Speaking of Turner, I'm surprised he hasn't been booked yet. His last fight was like 45 seconds. Agreed. Usman robbed early, stoppage for sure. Yeah, I know. Herb Dean jumped in there way too early. You're getting your jaw broke from that punch for sure. You're definitely getting your jaw broke from that punch. Can you imagine Francis Ngannou just smacking you on the jaw? That'd be brutal as hell. I couldn't imagine that. We're almost to a 2-hour stream. We're going to go 2 hours, and then I'm probably going to get out of here. So we're almost to 2 hours. We made it. Go like the stream, guys. Run up the likes on the stream. We got 75 people in here, and we have 43 likes. That's what I need you guys to do to help elevate the channel. I really want to get to 5,000 subscribers. That's the goal ASAP. 5,000 subscribers ASAP. So I don't know why you're lurking and you can't just click the like button for me. I know some of you are thinking about doing it right now. Just go ahead and do it. I'm doing a 2-hour stream. Look, We are currently at, let's see how many subscribers we're at. I know I said it earlier, but I don't remember. 4,566 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. That is 434 subscribers away from 5,000. So we should almost definitely hit it by the end of September. It's almost September. Holy shit. Yeah, so we'll hit 5,000 subscribers before the end of next month. I would love for like 2 videos to blow up in the next week and get to 5,000 before the end of this month, though. That'd be crazy. That'd be absolute insanity. Could you imagine? Okay, where were we at? Now I'm fell behind in the chat, which I hate to do, but I'll figure it out. How do you believe the rematch between Edwards Usman? I got Usman by decision. Why does Dana White believe Usman is the GOAT in welterweight? He beat Journeyman twice and Colby twice competitively and Burns. GSP defended 9 times. He's just promoting. That's what he's doing. Body shots from Bass Rutten or switch kicks from Showtime. I'll take switch kicks. What you really don't want is to be in the armbar Charles had Tony, and I felt the pain just watching. How did Tony survive that? I mean, dude is just a straight-up savage. I had GSP winning. It's round by round. Some people don't realize. Yep. What's next for Usman if he loses third fight with Leon? What's next for Usman if he loses third fight for Leon? Probably retirement. Or maybe like a Colby fight. Maybe like a Colby fight. The other day, Ariel said on his show that he walks out of restaurants if the place is using AC. Been thinking about it all day. What does that even mean? What does that mean? I don't understand. Why would you not want the restaurant to use air conditioning? I'll never forget watching 262 Burgos versus Barboza, Tony versus Dariush, and Oliveira versus Chandler. That was a great card. Props to Rosenstrike for calling out Ngannou, and then shout out to Ngannou for that 20-second KO. Yeah, Rosenstrike was the only guy begging to fight Ngannou. Best to never get a belt, Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson, Gustafsson. Yo Romero. Usman versus Leon was an early stoppage. Usman's eyes were still open. You get an automatic like. Thank you, Bernie. What's up, John? Thank you. If Colby had KO power, do you think he could have beaten Usman? Probably. Best to never get a belt is easily Gus right now. No, I think it's Joel Romero. The worst stoppage to me was when they're getting choked and Herb doesn't even realize they're knocked the F out and they're about to die from the pressure. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things. That hasn't happened too often, though. Last stupid question from Liver Shot from Ngannou, face from, I'll say, Chandler. I loved your reaction to the main event. Did you watch it live or did you go back just to look at it? I'm curious how many people were going back to look at the reactions because it's just ironic. I'm just curious how people enjoy the reactions even if they don't watch it live. Habib said usually after a fighter gets KO'd like that, they're never the same. Do you agree with Eagle's analysis that the KO could have Usman's longevity? Yeah, it changes him for sure. He's a changed man for sure. I don't know. It depends how they change. People can come back from KOs and be fine, though. Sergey versus Ngannou would be a banger. If one round, Sergey's pressure might be too much for Ngannou. I don't know. I don't know if I really want to see that. What's up, Joey? I saw the Tony matchup and have been scratching my head over it. I don't mind him going to welterweight, but I don't know if Leach was the right opponent. It's definitely not. I'll be doing a video about it tomorrow, Niles. Did you ever pick against Charles in his 11-fight win streak, and what did you think of Lee trying to get up after tapping to Charles? I found it annoying. I don't remember if I picked every fight. Like, you know what I mean? I don't remember like strictly thinking, oh, who did I pick in this fight? But most likely I picked Oliveira in every fight, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't remember if I even thought, oh, Oliveira is going to beat Guida or, Gigas. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But I've always been high on Oliveira, and I'm pretty sure every single fight on this list I picked him against. I picked him against Tony Ferguson. I picked him against Chandler. I picked him against Dustin. I picked him against Justin Gaethje, which are all on the channel there. Well, Ferguson's not. Chandler, Dustin, and Gaethje all are on the channel. I definitely picked him against Kevin Lee. Definitely picked him against Jarrett Gordon. Definitely picked him against Nick Lentz. I don't remember even picking the fight against David Tamor, like even actively thinking about it. But I thought he was going to win. Let me put it that way. You know what I mean? It's not like I had prediction videos for all the time. You know what I mean? Or was even telling anyone my predictions. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's hard for me to remember, because I thought Oliveira was going to win, but I didn't have a YouTube channel, so it's not like I was actively picking fights, if that makes sense. Outside of maybe talking about like the main events and stuff like that, or the notable fights, if that makes sense. Okay. Where was I at now? I was watching the stream while watching the pay-per-view and synced it up since I was behind, so I was fun reacting with everyone involved. That's crazy. Do you want to see an interim title fight or dumb idea? For what? Watch it live at Buffalo Wild Wings. Everyone, including the employees, freaked out. That's crazy. I went back and watched it. I was at friend's house when it was live. Loved the reactions. Okay. Benavidez, another great fighter, never held the belt for sure. I would agree, Romero. He literally never won a fight. He would have literally won a title fight. He just didn't make weight. Exactly. That's awesome. You synced it up. That's pretty cool. He would have destroyed Lewis if it continues anyway. It was a fine stoppage anyway. Askren looked like just like Masvidal, who looked like Usman when they all got KO'd. Fair enough. It looks like it's passing on. They just be playing pay-per-views at Buffalo Wild Wings. They used to. I don't know if they do anymore. I'm assuming they do. Is Renan Barão the best interim champion of all time? That dude probably would have been unbeatable in the UFC. Didn't ban IV for hydration. Yeah, and also TJ put a career alter in beating on him. So Mike gotta finesse and watch 280 with the boys eating some wings. There you go. I want my invite. Yes, he is the best interim champion too. Do you think UFC messed up letting Kevin Lee or Shane Burgos go? No, not really. I don't think they're going to be super relevant in the division anyway, but I would have rather had them in the UFC. I really would have. A lot of Oliveira's wins in that win streak were bums until recently. That's debatable. Let's say Tony gets beaten again. Do you think he should step away from the octagon? It depends how he gets beaten. If he gets flatlined by Leach. So, I thought my stream froze when Usman was just laying there at first. That's crazy. I just turned off your stream when a fight starts and go back to see your reaction. It took a while for Usman to KO because I had to recover myself. What you should have done, if I was ahead of you, you should have paused me and then started me at the right time, if that makes sense. Leach has some good power for welterweight. Yeah, I hope he doesn't get stiffened. Yeah. Could be Dana trying to promote China by having Leach fight Ferguson because he'll instantly have name value. I guess so. That could be possible. It could very well be possible. Kevin Lee is far from a bum. Agreed. Jorge Masvidal never did the flying knee thing. Do you think he would have got dominated by Askren? I think he would have KO'd him on the feet eventually anyway, with his hands even. I was rushing to find streams after mine shut down. Luckily, my buddy had one. Good. I picked Dustin over Charles at 269. I've always picked Charles. Kevin Lee went from fighting guys like Ferguson, Oliveira to Diego Sanchez. What a mistake. Speaking of Buffalo Wild Wings, I used to work at one, and watching the fights with customers was fun. I bet you it was. They should give Rose Namajunas next fight on the prelim. She doesn't deserve a main guard spot. I'm with you, but she'll probably main event a fight night card. Is this the eras of champs? Leon wins via head kick. Izzy gets KO'd by Pereira again, and Charles loses. Stop it. No. If Moreno would have moved to bantamweight, I think he wouldn't have success. What do you think? I agree. He would not have success at bantamweight. I almost turned off the fight because I was salty. Then Leon pulled it. That would have been crazy if you would have pulled it off. If you would have turned it off. Yeah, I always pause the live and time it with the clock. Were you watching live last night, Lil Seal? I don't remember seeing you in there. As a former worker, I can confirm Buffalo Wild Wings shows every single UFC pay-per-view, not fight nights, just pay-per-views. The real question is, where do they get their ranch from? They got the best ranch. UFC banned IV rehydration when Hennen was going into the first TJ fight. Okay. But TJ also was on EPO probably. Askren was cocky and got KO'd. Masvidal was cocky and got KO'd. Usman was cocky and got KO'd. Leon needs to be humble and stay away from the curse. Fair enough. Askren was so washed when he got into the UFC. He's already had a hip replacement. Yeah. Yo, Joe, do you remember Colby turned down the Leon fight? I'm pretty sure he wants that fight now. Yeah, I actually talked about it earlier in the stream, David. I talked about it earlier in the stream. It was March of 2021. You can go find it. If you go back and watch like the first hour of this stream, I talked about it at some point. It was when Hamza pulled out like a month and a half out from the March fight against Leon. And UFC tried to make the Colby fight, and Colby didn't want it. Greatest heavyweight fight? Probably Mark Hunt, Bigfoot Silva, honestly. Bro just came from work. What's up? Welterweight has some good competition. Yes, it does. And none of them have fought each other outside of Usman. Do you think Pantoja can beat Moreno again? Yes. I feel like Pantoja is some kind of silent assassin. I'm a huge Pantoja fan. The UFC is going to be dry until after. UFC is going to be dry until after Paris, or be dry after Paris. And we have to wait 2 weeks for that. Yeah, I know it sucks. After UFC Paris, it's garbage. Did you see Colby's reaction to Usman getting knocked out? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Colby's just like, yeah, I saw that 100%. 100%. Let me make sure. Where is it at? Yeah, I need to know where to get that ranch, bro. Okay, where were we at? I'm going to go for a few more minutes. So if you have any more questions, throw them in the chat right now. I'm very excited for the face-off between Islam and Charles. How about you? I'm super pumped. Do you think Colby's one win away from a title shot if Leon keeps the title? Probably. Depends what happens. I mean, Hamza, probably not. If Usman beats Leon, Hamzat's going to get the next title shot after that. So Colby might have to fight twice, but he's in witness protection right now. So watch how all the welterweights fight each other now that Usman got KO'd. Yeah. Colby's a bitch. Dude puts on a fake persona and called the cops on Usman for cops on Masvidal and ducking fights in witness protection after getting snuck. Yeah, he's definitely a witness protection. I like how you have the head kick KO as your pick. If Islam moved to welterweight, do you think he could be successful? No. Yes, I actually have a members-only video. You can find it on the channel under members-only videos. And I do it's like a video. I shot on my phone, so it's not the best quality, showing off all my memorabilia. So go check that out, Roman, after the stream. Why is UFC making 279 such a mad card? Because Nate Diaz gets pay-per-view points, and they want to sabotage him. Colby's the man, sure enough. We need some UFC tier list from you, for example, best striker. I just don't know if I have the time to put that together with adequate thought. But maybe. What's next for Masvidal? Gilbert Burns. Usman will KO in the rematch. Okay. Is Colby actually in witness protection or just a meme? I mean, just disappear off the face of the earth. So I'd say he's in witness protection. Which lightweight would benefit from a move to welterweight? I don't think any of them would benefit at all. But it's hard to say. You never know. All right, guys. Before I go, again, like the stream. But do me a favor. If you still want to watch some MMA content, go watch my most recent video on UFC 279. I'm posting it in the chat right now. So go watch that video and like that video and comment on it. It's already doing very well, but boost it in the algorithm. So go comment on it, and I will comment back responding to you if you go comment on it right now. Thank you guys for watching the stream. Make sure you're subscribed. If you want a MMA community to talk to 24/7, there's a link down in the description to become a member of the channel. You can join the members Discord. You get loyalty badges next to your name, custom emojis. But the members Discord is where it's at. We got about 60 people in there now. We're talking about MMA every single day. So if you enjoy these chats, you'll love the Discord. And I always post a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff on Discord as well. The link is down in the description if you want to sign up for that. But outside of that, thank you guys for joining me. I enjoyed talking about UFC 278. I got some more videos in the works that I'll have out tomorrow probably. So thank you guys for joining me. Go watch the video I posted in the chat. I would greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the